Hey, how you doing, everybody? Playing some more Suzerain. Let's see what we got in the news. Oh, that looks awesome. Let's check out this new report. State-of-the-art military equipment and tanks enter inventory. That is good news. Sordland's Minister of Defense, General Io Suflancia, is reporting that the efforts to modernize the army is complete. According to his reports, our soldiers' equipment has been upgraded with the newest Morna Industry Mi-20 submachine guns, Strong Arm 55 or S-55 assault rifles, BP-56 or the Bernard semi-automatic pistol, the 1956 and Walter air-cooled 303 Arcasia machine gun. Further, our H3 holstered heavy tanks have been upgraded to its newest model, H4 holstered heavy tanks, with 25 by 185 millimeter armor and a more powerful engine. Its armaments have also received substantial upgrades in the form of a new 88 millimeter L-43 main gun and a 12.7 millimeter heavy machine gun mounted on top of the turret. That news is great. We want to have a strong military anyway, so especially with Rumburg saber rattling. Now we're going to have trade talks with Lesbia. I really want a trade agreement with them, not only to help the economy, I want an alliance with them. If we get an alliance with them, we probably will have enough allies to stand up to Rumburg if we need to, and hopefully, these guys are friends with Ado, maybe they can get us in. The maroon train slowly started to move. The train had been in service for many years. It had 9 locomotives with special quarters and an office. As the name implied, it was painted bright maroon. I guess this is the presidential train. Insane! Get on Anton Rayne's train! Among camera flashes and cheers, we departed from the holstered central station. Our destination was Peria, the capital of Lesbia. The historic route we were using was also called the Southern Express. We passed through the Lesbian mountain range to the lowlands, with a short stop at the beautiful Sierra Nueva, where Lesbian security forces joined us. Looking outside the window, the difference in wealth between Valgan and Sierra Nueva was extraordinary. I heard a knock on the door to my office on the train, and Simon entered.
Mr. President?
Simon, have a seat. Come on in. He sat down on a chair in front of my desk.
I wanted to have a quick chat about Prime Minister Alvarez and give you a heads up.
That he's a lush? I read the news article, I think we all did.
There have been some rumors about his demeanor in public appearances.
Go on.
He is known to have met with other state leaders while intoxicated on various occasions.
This is why we should have brought Pete. Pete loves to drink.
Some even call him an alcoholic.
Yeah, I can drink with him. I can hold my own. Is this something that could somehow affect the trade deal? Am I going to have to wrestle him?
Honestly, I don't know.
He handed me a newspaper. The headline was Circling Over Stalpart. We already read that one.
This happened just yesterday. Apparently he was so drunk that he couldn't get off the plane on a diplomatic visit.
That's alright, we're taking a train.
After this incident, some say he is unfit to serve, but I don't believe that at all.
I don't think that really matters, as long as we get the deal we want. Why don't you believe that, Simon?
Although his presidency is riddled with these kinds of incidents, I also heard he's a shrewd man.
Alright, thanks for giving me a heads up, Simon. I appreciate it.
I'm sure we'll be fine, Mr. President. We're almost at Peria. I will return to my cabin now.
Simon, you're not one of my favorites. What a rude thing to say to him. Lucy is obviously my favorite. But Simon, you might be becoming the number 2 favorite. Like, I don't hate you. I'll see you when we arrive then. A few minutes later, with a long whistle, our train came to a stop. I waved to the crowd from the window. Hello, you beautiful lesbians! The crowd of reporters that flocked over were pushed away by the lesbian security guards. That's hot! We made our way to our cars, and the convoy began its short trip to the Yellow House. So we have a maroon palace, and he only has a yellow house? Haha. Watch this house be bigger than our palace. The Yellow House was situated at the very center of Peria, in the middle of a circular park that was off limits to regular citizens. The park was full of roses on small patches. The convoy came to a stop, and I made my way to the entrance. The assistants directed me to a room to wait for Prime Minister Alvarez. You know, the other thing is Lesbia got some money. Maybe he let me hold some money. Can I hold like 2 government budget monies for a bit? I just need to hold 2. I just want to hold it. Because we have 2 in debt. We will wait. I sat in the exquisite room and looked at the golden chandeliers. Wonderful! After 10 minutes, there was still no sign of Prime Minister Alvarez. It was almost time for our meeting. Are we going to get stood up? You know what? I will put up with it. We need this trade deal. More importantly, we need this alliance. This alliance gives us so much more security. I'll put up with being embarrassed for our country. My chair started to feel uncomfortable. Where's my lumbar support? I stood up and walked around to look at the various items in the rooms. A beautiful golden teapot piqued my interest. Should I take it home to my wife? Will Alvarez be like, I think the president of Sordland stole from us. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna touch it. I do not want to break anything. I admired the teapot and left it alone. I went back to my chair. The door opened and Patricio Alvarez entered. Although I knew he was one of the youngest state leaders in the world, I was surprised by how boyish he looked. At his age, he was leading one of the strongest countries in eastern Mercopa. He was holding his head like he had a headache, and he was stumbling. Upon seeing me, he immediately composed himself, and we shook hands. He gestured towards the 2 couches, and we sat down face to face, mano y mano.
President Rayne, welcome to Peria. Good to have you here. I heard a lot about your successes.
Thank you. It's good to be here too, Mr. Alvarez. I'd say I'd heard about his successes, but I don't remember what they are, and I don't want to lie and get caught in a lie.
I hope you had a nice trip.
I smelled the odor, the strong odor of alcohol. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to point that out. I don't give a shit.
Let's begin then.
Like, it's his house, his country. If he want to tie one on, I don't give a shit.
So, you're here for the trade deal. What was it that about again? Can you remind me?
We want to provide Swordfish tungsten in return for lesbian capital.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I've just been very busy lately.
And you said you wanted to give us a bunch of free stuff, too. I think you said you wanted to give us 2 free government monies.
You know, being a president makes you pretty busy.
I know! People always make you go to these dumbass meetings that never end. Oh my word, they never shut up.
So I don't have any issues with this deal. I think it'll contribute nicely to the relationship between Lesbia and Sordland.
Alright, good.
I will sign the executive order. I do, however, believe that we can do much more than just trade.
Oh man, come on, let's be an alliance. Come on, let's be in an alliance. We need some help.
And by we I mean Ado.
Oh, can he get us into Ado?
Would you like to see Sordland in our sphere? What do you think, Mr. Rayne?
I could say no. I'm not doing that. I could ask him what's in it for him. I'm just gonna, look, if something's in it for him, and he's gonna get paid, he's gonna get paid. That sounds excellent. How do we begin?
Just the answer I wanted to hear. We need to form a defensive pact against the United Contana in eastern Mercopa before it's too late. They will attack eventually.
I'm not so sure they will, but it's true if they do, we're better off being allied, and I'm already allied with somebody that's made one of the commie countries mad, Agnolia. He clenched his fist and slammed it on the coffee table.
Those damn communists! We need to stop them before it's too late. Volksland, those barbarians, are trying to invade Helgeland on false accusations. If Agnolia is first, Sordland will be next. I will be frank.
No, my son is Frank.
Eastern Mercopa's only way to survive is through Ado.
I agree with you. I'm a little more worried about Rumberg, but yeah, the CSP is a threat too.
And we need the support of one of the largest players in Eastern Mercopa, Sordland. The beautiful country of Sordland is the key to all of this. We need you, Mr. Rayne. We need Sordland. Are you with us? Will you help defend our continent against the blight of communism?
I could say I need to know what's in it for me. I don't know if that's trying to weasel out some personal funds. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to say I have my doubts. I want to join NATO. Down with the communists. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to protect Sordland.
Well said. First Hegel will fall, then Melaneve.
I don't want to attack them.
I offer you an alliance. Together we will shield the continent against the commies' evil. Not to mention that you have Arcasia's full backing, the most powerful ally you can have in this era.
They are a very powerful military. I don't remember what episode we looked at it. They have a strong military, and we have a very modern, up-to-date military. So with our forces combined and the weak dudes in Agnolia, I think we should be a force to be reckoned with. I accept. Sordland will be allied to Lesbia. This meeting has... Oh no, I'm going to jinx it. So far given us everything we want. A trade deal to help make more money, help pull us out of the recession, and now a strong ally, and hopefully a doorway into Edo.
Perfect! Brilliant! You don't know how valuable you are, Mr. Rayne. You just saved your country from its demise.
I have a feeling I helped you out too, Alvarez, but I'm okay with that.
I will personally talk to Mr. Walker to let him know of this achievement.
We shook hands and he went in for a hug? Oh, dude, I could smell the alcohol on his breath. He looked at the clock.
I'm afraid I have to leave now to attend to other matters.
I bet it's drink o'clock, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your visit.
He's not gonna offer me a drink? Come on. He smiled and left the room. I returned to Holsword with some amazingly good news. So much news. I mean, it's only one news article. Now Rumberg, they want to come at us? They want to start talking shit with us? Well, come on, bring it, son. Well, please don't. I don't want to fight a war, but just in case. The CSP is going to be unhappy about this. The CSP cautions against Sordland lesbian strategic alliance. You know what, CSP? You can suck it. None of your damn business. I'll be friends with who I want to be friends with. You know, they're not happy about it. We are aligning ourselves with the West, and we might as well. The CSP has been sleazy as fuck. What do we got news? Sordland Lesbian Pact. The Sordish government has officially signed a new economic deal and a military pact with Lesbia, which brings the two economies closer than ever. According to the pact, both countries will join each other in any defensive wars. That's the key. We don't want to start no wars. But if we get attacked, we got friends. I don't think we could beat anybody in a war if we attacked them anyway, other than maybe Wayland or Agnolia, but we have no reason to fight them. The signing marks a new period of close relations between Sordland and Lesbia, which see two like-minded democracies work together as allies. And we are. We're a capitalistic democracy. They are too. Policies, alliance with Lesbia. Woo, woo. Trade with Lesbia. Woo, woo. Hopefully that'll eventually help our economy. Oh no, trade tariffs by Vogsland. Vogsland has imposed damaging tariffs on Sordland's most important traded goods, creating significant economic harm. The imposition of tariffs has had a negative impact on Sordland's economy and the trade relationship between the two nations. Alright, Vogsland, we'll trade with other people. I'm building a port. I can ship shit anywhere, worldwide, personified. But we got some green ones. The tungsten trade with Lesbia has boosted economic cooperation and trade volume. Hopefully we can make up the trade volume we lose with Vogsland with increased trade volume from Lesbia. Free trade zone with Lesbia. The creation of a comprehensive free trade zone with Lesbia has strengthened economic bonds between the two nations and improved their overall relationship. Best friends forever. But not the BFF, the British Freedom Front. Those guys are bad news. Hell yeah. And we still have projected positive economic growth. What we got going on? Private meeting with Peter Vecton. Peter, I got some good news to tell you, bro. It was a dark, chilly evening when Peter called and asked if we could meet. He gave no details. All he said is that it was important. It better not be about drinking or broads. It better be about fixing the country. I drove through Holstered suburbs until I happened to Surge. Until I... Wait, he's still gone with Frank? Did Frank keep my chauffeur? I drove through the wholesale suburbs until I reached the meeting point he named. 147 Warwick Avenue, number 26? Our old campaign headquarters? Untouched since the night of the election. This is where everything began. I made my way up the dusty staircase of the office building. The light in the second-floor hallway was out, so I used a cigarette lighter to find my way to the wooden door marked 26. I pulled on the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Is it one I gotta push? The heavy door had always been a pain to open.
Coming.
Yeah, that's what my wife said last night.
No, she didn't.
Shut up. Peter pushed on the door with all his weight. It made a screeching sound as the door opened.
Without further ado, I bid you welcome to this grand nostalgia trip, hosted by yours truly, Peter Vectorn.
He made an exaggerated bow. The dust from the open door was still settling down.
Feeling, sentimental yet?
No. I remember it as being much cleaner.
Yeah, that's what time does to things, my friend. You're looking a little shabbier yourself than you did back then.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Come over here, remember this?
I hope it's a chair. He walked over to his old desk and pointed to the gramophone that had annoyed our neighbors and kept us company for so many late nights. Peter flipped the switch and it filled the room with swing music from the 20s. Oh yeah, woo.
I'll be damned, it still works.
Yeah, but to you? I thought this office was sold off.
Nah, I've been paying the rent. Too many memories attached to this place to just sell it, you know? We might use it again soon.
Where do you have all this money from, Peter? Peter, you gotta be careful. We have an anti-corruption unit now, and if you're taking money from the oligarchs, you're likely to get burned. He put his hand under the desk and brought a bottle out. He took a swig out of it and passed the bottle to me. Yeah, what the fuck, I'll take a drink. I took a swig as well before passing the bottle back to Peter.
And that's my boy.
I'm a man! Peter snapped his fingers to the music. He could not keep time very well. Peter snapped his fingers to the music while going through the items in the rooms. It looked virtually unchanged since election night.
Come on, have a look around. See if it doesn't bring back memories.
Alright, I guess I'll look through my old desk drawers. I walked over to my old desk drawer, sat down on a squeaky chair, and opened the drawer. Inside were a few old coins. Yes! I'm taking those home. You know how broke I am? I spent like 3 years as president, 2.5 with no monies. Pencils and sheets of paper. I can sell those. Underneath them, something caught my eye. It was a photograph of me and Monica, Anton's wife, sitting under a tree. This must have been 10, maybe 15 years ago. We looked so young and so happy. Monica would love to see this.
Nice find. Look at baby Anton. You didn't even have your iconic look yet.
Are you saying the baldness? Are you making fun of me being bald? I'm taking the photograph. I'm not putting it back. I took the photograph and slid it into my jacket pocket. Why not? It'll be a nice surprise for the wife. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go through the storage boxes. I walked over to the tower of storage boxes and opened one of them. In one of the storage boxes, I found a heavy object wrapped safely. I unwrapped it. It was an emerald-colored statue of a goat, the symbol of Sordland. I remembered that this was a gift from Brenda, one of the 53 election campaign assistants. It would look good on my desk in the palace.
Brenda! Always sucking up to you. And where did it get her? Seriously, where? I have no idea where she ended up.
I'm gonna take the statue too. It's like in The Jerk. All I need is the slap of this. I lifted the storage box with the statue in it and put it near the door so I could take it on the way out. Why don't we go look through the records too? Why not? We don't have a lot of money. Don't hurt to bring home some cool stuff. I made my way to the gramophone and started flipping through the records next to it. I found one of my favorite albums ever, Mountains by Janet Gers. A set of plaintive folk songs that made me yearn for the countryside whenever I heard it. And that would make sense. That's where Anton is from. He's from the country. Reminds him of home.
What a classic. You should mail that to Frank so he can learn what real music is.
Or get his ass kicked in the military for listening to old person music. I'll take the record, too. I pulled the record out, put it under my arm, and placed it next to the door. Alright, enough going through this old shit. What do you want to talk about, Peter?
Yes, all in good time.
Alright, Peter, you're making me really suspect. Did you do something really, really bad? He gestured to the bottle he had in his hand. Dude, I'm not gonna fuck you. No, I'm good. I don't need any more drinks. I had a swig. Let's just get down to whatever's up. He shrugged, took a very big gulp of the bottle, and staggered to the side afterwards. I know you, Peter. What are you hiding? What is all this horse shittery about?
Nothing. Let's go up to the roof. The view is always amazing from there.
Are you gonna throw me off? Because you're the vice president and become president? Because you could not do that? We went up the stairs to the roof. The view was mesmerizing. The buildings of Holsword twinkled below us, while the stars shone bright in the sky. We sat and leaned back against the wall, taking it all in. Right as I was starting to get up, I heard a sobbing sound. I turned to Peter and saw tears streaking down his wussy cheeks. I could ignore him and pretend not to notice. That kind of seems funny, but I don't. He's still our friend. I've not seen a night sky beautiful enough to make Peter Vector cry. He wiped his tears away and laughed.
I messed up, Anton. I messed up big time.
Honey, everybody in our incompetent administration other than Lucien fucks up.
Evelyn's leaving me. She wants a divorce.
Oh, yeah, you probably deserve that. Yeah, I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna pretend to be nice. Dude, it seemed like you were fucking around. You had a pretty good main bitch. And you were focused on all these easy side bitches. Man, once you lose a good main bitch, you probably ain't never getting another one.
No, I guess you shouldn't be. I've been sleeping with Livia Suno,
my secretary, you motherfucker. You motherfucker, Peter. Can I throw him off the roof? You fucked us all, Peter.
No, I just fucked Livia and my wife Evelyn. But I don't get to fuck her anymore.
No, you fucked us all, Peter. You fucked your wife by lying to her and hiding things from her. You fucked our administration by taking beneficial housing deals from Manger, who we know is probably co-opted by the oligarchs. And then my secretary. You brought your bullshit into my fucking office so you could get your dick wet? You do that on your own time, and I don't approve. But you bring that into my office, in my building. You made this my problem. I can't deal with people who are that selfish. You've been... What?
I know, she's your secretary. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry does not fucking cut it.
It's just Evelyn hasn't been the same since she lost her job, and Livia was giving me sultry looks from the day I hired her.
Oh yeah, that explains it. Oh, my wife who I love, who's depressed because you lost your job in journalism or whatever it is, trying to help the country or whatever you believe in. You're having a bad day. I'm gonna go hire someone hot and go fuck them. Yeah, you're a great husband.
Well, you were away. I was drunk. And one thing led to another.
You better not. I was fucking away, you narcissistic motherfucker. I'll throw you off this building.
But she's more than just a pretty girl, Anton. She's smart and kind. I think we really connected.
Okay, I know you're an idiot because she's not smart. She's kind of nice. But wait, no, she's not. She's the other woman in an affair. I thought she was kind of nice. She's just a dumb hoe, and you're a dumb hoe. I could say no need to justify it. Men will be men after all. That's funny, but no. I could say I liked her too. That doesn't mean I'd break my vows to risk a scandal for a bit of horizontal polo. That's a really good line. Whoever wrote that line, well done. I could say, don't tell me you're gonna run off with her. I'm not gonna say any of that. How could you do this to me, Peter?
I know, but we're ending things. I told her it's too unprofessional, and I want Evelyn back.
I could say I could speak to Evelyn and plead your case. I'm not fucking doing that. I could say, I can't believe this, I ought to have you both fired. I could say, who else knows me besides us? I just want to have them fired, but I don't know that I have the power to do that. I'm going to be straight with you, Peter. It's too late. There's still a chance this could get out. I need to talk to Lucien.
Anton, please, I'm begging you.
He probably won't kill you, but he was a spy, so he might kill you. There was another edge of desperation in Peter's voice. He took another drink.
How many years have we known each other? How many scrapes have we gotten ourselves out of? I can handle myself. Just trust me. Don't bring anyone else into this.
No, Peter. Trust is why I got fucked here. Why you brought this shit into my administration. You have shown you have not trustworthy. You broke your vow to your wife. You could have broken up with her and then gone and fucked the secretary. You could have treated her with honesty, right? We wouldn't be in this situation. And then you hired the secretary because you wanted to bone her. You took advantage of the position of president and the secretary I needed because all you think about is yourself. And I think if I'm going to make my kid go to fucking military school because he's too dumb to get into college, you think I'm going to help you get off?
No, that's what Livia did. Oh, I don't want to hear about that.
I turned my face from my friend and vice president. The habits that had gotten him dubbed the bad boy of sordid politics when we were young were no longer so charming, coming from a middle-aged man. Yet he was still a capable politician, and I couldn't ignore our long history together. I could say, it's just an affair, we can weather this. No, I'm not. I could say, fix this or I'll remove you from office. I'm going to say, you've done enough damage. I will handle it myself. I will talk to Lucien and we will figure out probably how we can get rid of you. Without waiting for his reaction, I left the rooftop alone and made my way downstairs. I gotta get my stuff though. I've gotta get my statue and I got my picture in my pocket and my records. On my way out, I grabbed my belongings and took one last look back at the office. It had been home to some happy memories for sure, but this visit had permanently cured me of any nostalgia. As soon as I arrived home, I headed up to my study, sat down and stared at the telephone. I can trust Peter and call no one. I can call Lucien and tell him what happened, or I can call Evelyn. Evelyn's our friend. I'm calling Evelyn. This might hurt us more as an administration, but Evelyn isn't just the vice president's wife. She's our friend, and especially Anton's wife's friend. We're gonna call Evelyn. I picked up the phone and dialed Peter's home number. Let's hope Peter hasn't got home yet. Evelyn answered after a few rings.
Anton, it's late. Is everything all right?
I told her what I knew about Peter and Livia.
Oh.
Look, I know you're divorcing him. That's going to help you on get more on the divorce. Get the damn mansion from him, that gentleman's club. She was silent for so long, I thought she might have hung up.
Whatever you have to say, it won't change my mind.
I'm not trying to change your mind. Evelyn, please, I didn't call to change your mind. I'm on your side. She gave a short, sharp laugh.
Now, you're on my side? You're his best friend, Anton. Don't tell me you had no idea what he was getting up to all this time.
You know what, Evelyn? I guess I didn't want to know. He was my friend and a fun and good vice president. I didn't want to know.
To be fair, neither did I. For years. But look at the woman he goes after. Secretaries, kitchen staff aides. Remember Brenda?
He did Brenda? The lady who gave me the statue? Statue lady?
What do they have in common? When the vice president asks them for sex, they might lose their job if they refuse.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that angle. I was just thinking about him betraying you and me, but you're right. He took advantage of these women. Probably some of them, maybe not all of them, but certainly some of them.
I'd go to the media about this if I wasn't persona non grata at the Holstered Post. And if there was a shred of a chance I'd be taken seriously.
I think that's the place she was fired from, the Holstered Post.
But at the very least, I will no longer be an accomplice to his abuse of power. And frankly, Anton, neither should you.
Evelyn hung up without waiting for me to respond. I took a minute to think over what she had said. Let's call Lucien. God damn. I feel bad for Lucien, because Lucien must know that this was going to happen sooner or later. Still holding the receiver, I dialed Lucien's number. He picked up very quickly. Yes, Mr. President? I told Lucien everything Peter had told me about himself, Evelyn, and Livia. Can I tell him about the hedge maze? Maybe I shouldn't. Thank you for calling, Mr. President. This serves to confirm some suspicions of my own. We have to meet. What suspicions? I'd rather discuss this in person tomorrow morning in your office, early, before either of the two arrive. Don't bring this up with anyone. I fear we have more than a mere dalliance on our hands. Maybe she was spying. Wait, what if she was spying and Peter was dumb enough to tell her secrets? Remember how she used to always, like, burst in when things were going on? Shit. The line dropped. I stared at the receiver, wondering what his last statement meant. What was going on that I didn't know about? I went to bed but couldn't sleep at all. This does not bode well. It doesn't bode well in the least. Hey, we got, I don't know if you can see it. On the left-hand side, it said we got the Swordish goat statue. I think that's in our collections now. Got that going for us. Well, next time, we'll deal with the news, we'll deal with the updates, and then we've got to talk to Lucian and see how we're going to handle this disaster. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.